Hi, girlies. Welcome to In the City with Simply Shardae, your Kansas City girly, keeping you updated on all things Kansas City, girlhood, food, music, film, events, and more. With a sprinkle of girl talk because it wouldn't be me without it, okay? This episode is in partnership with the Kansas City Call, a Black-owned editorial newspaper outlet in the Kansas City area. So make sure you like, subscribe, and share this episode. Also subscribe to the Kansas City Call and to Simply Shardae so that we can show the girls just how beautiful Kansas City really is. Each episode, I like to start off with a hot take that I like to call our girl talk. So we're going to get into our girl talk for today. Are you ready? I feel like there's so much for us to catch up on because we missed verses. Well, I didn't miss verses. Did you miss verses? Did you watch verses? Yeah, I had so many thoughts and I'm like, I gotta talk to the girls about this because, let's get into it. So before we get into the musicality of things, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that later when we get into the music portion of this episode. But for now, for girl talk, we're gonna talk about the antics between Tank and Tyrese. Like, are you ready? So if you were really watching, you can kind of notice that Tyrese low-key started it all. He started it all by being the one to initiate the roasting. He was initiating the roasting with Tank, initiating the jokes. And jokes are all fun and game and cute until he started showcasing them weaknesses, showcasing them insecurities. And as soon as he started doing a little too much, he tried to flip the script. And when he flipped the script, he's like, trying to be all buddy-buddy. Not buddy-buddy. What's the better word? Kansas City term. Trying to be boosy. Trying to be boosy with Tank. Even though this is all friendly banter, y'all. Keep in mind, this is all friendly banter. But in the friendly banter of it all, he was trying to be boosy a little bit. And you could tell that Tank started to use his boosiness to his advantage. So this is what it brought to my mind. Like, girlies, this is what they mean by you can't really showcase your weaknesses or your insecurities because they will and can and will be used against you. And Tyrese was a prime example. He was getting all flustered, his music, he didn't know what song to sing next. I'm like, at this point, Tank won. I don't think it was a difficult debate. But even Tyrese said Tank won. And from Tyrese's perspective, he's like, he likes to showcase his vulnerability. That's just him being real, that's him being real, Sometimes being real just comes across as emotional and unstable emotions and doing a little bit, I don't mind people doing too much, but the unstable emotions, that's the part that got me. Because what are we doing? This is the verses. I'm here to watch y'all perform and listen to y'all sing. See y'all do y'all thing. But that was my thoughts on the antics with Tyrese and Tank. Tyrese was getting a little flustered and trying to figure it out by making jokes. Tank was capitalizing off of him switching it up a notch. But they did what they did. And now we're going to get into the musicality of it all because, once again, I don't think it was a difficult debate to say that Tank won. Here's my thoughts on that. So let's get into some music. We already discussed the antics of Tyrese and Tank. Now let's get into the musicality of it all. I feel like, in my opinion, Simply Shardae's opinion, Tank had a stronger stage performance. He engaged and interacted with the audience better, more stronger in my opinion. He had a clear sense of flow when it came to the run of show, the order of the songs that he chose to sing and perform, and he had a strong voice. So from a number perspective, I would rank Tank's overall performance an 8 out of 10, to whereas I think Tyrese gave a solid 7 out of 10. So these rankings have nothing to do with who they are as artists outside of Versus, but this is strictly their Versus performance based. I'm strictly tying these numbers into what I saw on their Versus. So yeah, I think Tyrese would have had a solid 9 because, you know, Tyrese got some bangers. Tank does too. But I think Tyrese would have had a solid 9 had he been better prepared with the order of his songs and had he incorporated some surprise elements other than changing his, you know, suit jacket. Tank told him to take off that turtleneck, but he kept it on. I like me a turtleneck, so I ain't gonna fault him on that. But Tank was bringing all the special guests. And even though a lot of special guests wasn't able to attend due to TSA restrictions, airport, whatever, he still brought up some heavy hitters. Like, absolutely yes. So Tank got a solid 8 out of 10 from me, and Tyrese got a solid 7 out of 10, making Tank the winner of Versus, in my opinion. Let us know what you think in the comments, because I'm curious to know what will be your rating on Tank and Tyrese, 1 through 10, and let us know your thoughts on why. Ooh, are y'all ready to get into some movies? I feel like finally we get some good movies out into the theaters, and I'm glad that the good movies are coming when it's warming up outside. So one of the good movies that I'm referencing is The Drama, featuring Zendaya girl. If you are looking for a good watch, go watch Zendaya. Go to your local movie theater. Kansas City has a lot of good movie theaters. Find the best one for you. Hit it up. Grab your popcorn. Grab you a drink. Take a seat and enjoy The Drama, because it is the drama. Now, I can't lie. Low-key, I feel like this movie was unexpected. Like, I expected it to go a completely different route, but the route that they chose to go, I wouldn't necessarily agree that it was the best way. It was somewhat political, in my opinion, which kind of knocked off 2 points. So I would rank that movie 7 out of 10. If they would have chosen a different drama, if you know, you know, then that could have been a solid 9. But I always enjoy watching Zendaya do her thing on the screen. The cinematography was just beautifully shot. The color grade was there. All of it. Like, my attention span, I hadn't been to the movies in a very long time, but my attention span was keeping up. For the girlies who be scrolling, like, you can watch it and sit through without losing track, losing focus. ADHD girlies too. You can watch it. So let me know what you think. Let us know in the comments if you're gonna go watch it. And after that, you gotta know what events are coming to Kansas City, because Kansas City's keeping it hot. We had Cardi B come, but guess who's coming June 10th? Don Toliver. Yeah. Don Toliver is coming Wednesday, June 10th. On a Wednesday, June 10th. So if you're going to be in the building for that, let us know in the comments as well, because I would love to go. I would love to attend. Grab your girls, hit up the T-Mobile Center, put on a fit, and go see Don Toliver, because summer's getting hot starting June 10th. And after the event, you know you gotta have something to wear, so we're gonna get into a little bit of fashion. At this point, we're in April. You can hang your coats up. I still have on my cardigan because I love a good spring cardigan, a good summer cardigan, especially for the girls who are always cold. So if you're looking to renew your wardrobe, spring it up a bit, summerfy it a little bit, hang up them coats. Check out Dillard's, Aloe, Lulu, Nordstrom. We have a few options, not all the options. We got Aritzia. Aritzia got butter yellow, like my nails, okay? You know, butter yellow is in. So if you're thinking about, what to wear, some patterns that are in are polka dots. Polka dots, we're going back to the 60s and 70s. They got white and black polka dots, red and white polka dots. I was like, okay, giving diner vibes. Diner vibes. It's somewhat cute. For the girlies who can pull it off, you do just that. We also have butter yellow that's trending. If there's any other trends that you've been picking up on, let us know in the comments. Take some pictures on Instagram and tag us so that we can see what you have on. And that concludes this episode of In the City with Simply Shardae. I hope you enjoyed our girl talk on Versus, Tank and Tyrese, our movie recommendations, our events that are coming up in the Kansas City area. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to both the Kansas City Call and Simply Shardae so that we can stay connected and let the girlies know just how fun, cutesy, and beautiful Kansas City really is. Stay tuned for the next episode. See ya.